We are going hot. Scrape, scrape, noise, noise.
And we're hot.
And we're hot.
This bill legalizes sawed-off shotguns.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to, I'm going to call this a special edition question mark of Shiftless. We weren't supposed to be here today. We'll dig deep into that somewhere along the way, fading out. But hey, I think it's episode 120.
I think you're right.
I think it's episode 120, and I think this one, positives and negatives, this one might end up being a classic. It has the potential. What was that?
That was me, my coffee cup touching my microphone.
Okay, so we have coffee. So this is, I don't know, what is it? It's Wednesday, October 15th, a midpoint day of the Rat 1000. And unfortunately, we are broadcasting, hosting, recording, whatever, from the back porch at Casa Verde. I say unfortunately. I always like being here.
It's beautiful, and it's a gorgeous morning.
It is a fantastic morning, and I guess y'all are figuring out that Brad's here at Casa Verde instead of somewhere out on the rat. I guarantee you we will be talking about that some more. We also have another in-depth conversation that we'll figure out how to point people that way as well. But first off, the most important news, and I need everybody to help me out with this. It's Bradford's 50th, the big 50 birthday today. And he's just tickled pink to be 50 years old, aren't you?
I'm just happy to be here.
I hear you. It's better than the alternative, right?
100%. Got to sleep in my bed last night, wake up with my wife and my dogs this morning. You know, life could be worse.
Life could be worse. It was very nice to wake up with the dogs this morning. I got to admit.
Yeah. I mean, like we discussed, it's bittersweet, but I learned some things,
I bet you did.
Yeah.
And so I'll give a heads up on it because I'm not sure what we'll cover when, because we may have some wild cards in the mix today. We'll see how things go. Brad and I did talk about his in depth for about an hour the night before last. So Monday night, is that what that was?
I think so, yeah.
Monday night after his aborted attempt at the 2025 Rat 1000. Learned a lot of things. Still a lot of things in question, I'm assuming, as to why things didn't work out. I don't want to reopen wounds or rehash stuff we've already covered, but for those that...
Dadgummit. I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, all good.
I have too many people that love me.
Oh, that's true. It is a Love Fest day, isn't it?
Yeah.
For those that may not make their way over to whichever version of where we went in depth on your Rat 1000 adventure, kind of give us the truncated version of your experience of the Rat this year.
Day one felt good. It was still a long day. Nothing out of the ordinary. However, I will get into this in a minute. Day two, woke up and got pretty good sleep the night of day one, Saturday night. Woke up on Sunday, started rolling, and I could never get out of first gear. My heart rate wouldn't go above, I think my max heart rate that day was like 130 or 128 or something. Had no power. I mean, over 70 miles, it was just a grind. Decided to call it short that day, get some rest, recover, eat, drink all the water and electrolytes and stuff, and have another run at it the next day with a little bit of a fresh set of legs. And day 3 was exactly the same thing, just could not get out of first gear. So there's a lot of thought processes in retrospect. I'm sure I did a multitude of things wrong. I'm more inclined to think that I just did not take in enough calories on day 1 at this point. Especially, I went back and retrospectively looked at my heart rate, and after, I don't know what mile it was, I'd have to look again, but you can see my heart rate over the course of 140 miles just kind of does this, and then at one point it peaks, and then there's
And it
literally
declines.
just declines, like almost, it's a perfect graph if you draw from the peaks. It just goes,
So it was a perfectly upward trend line throughout the day, and then
Yeah.
a perfectly downward trend line. 140 miles. You did it
Yeah,
in
look at
14
this.
hours.
I think this is day, yeah. Yeah. You see how it just goes downhill?
Yeah. So
And then even with the climbing that we were coming into Paris, my heart rate's still going down.
right.
Just it doesn't really I didn't realize it at the time, but
Sure,
it makes
sure,
sense
sure,
in retrospect,
Sure.
you know.
Sure.
So
Well, and that's what the data collection helps with
Yeah.
along those lines. You're able to now. Have you tied where that spot was on the course or where you were in your day? I'm actually curious about that peak just before that.
I was at mile 60. So I don't
Was
know.
where the peak was?
Hmm.
Okay.
So
I'll look at the maps and see where
Yeah.
mile 60 was.
I don't know if there's any correlation to the mileage or the specific spot or anything, or if it's just at that point in the day where
It's probably more about time of day or in time, the duration where you were in your ride, not so much the specific spot, but
yeah.
how your body was reacting. My big takeaway from the conversation we had the other night, not to overly simplify it, because I don't think there is a simple answer. Well, I guess, hold on, maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves. Did we talk about your day 3 and your decision-making process and all that yet?
I mean, well, day 3 was just the same thing, and I just knew I was continuing to dig a hole that I wasn't going to get out of by trying to keep pushing forward. I think, when you make decisions like this, I guess you're always going to have, I should have and could have and would have and all that stuff. And, it's just not fair to beat yourself up with that stuff. But I did have a thought process. Maybe it was either last night or this morning. Like, maybe I should have just sent Caleb on his way and got a hotel and just took a 0 day and seen how I felt. Because I didn't.
That would have been a possibility.
Yeah. Because I'm home early.
Right. Right.
I had allowed for the time, but in the moment, it just seemed like I'm just going to keep digging this hole, and I'm being kind of silly if I continue forward.
I definitely get that, and
I promised my mom I'd be smart about the whole thing.
that's the important thing. And I've had over the years, I've made a big point myself to not ever give people advice on when or when not to pull the plug. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not here to twist on. Oh, you can do it. I've seen it done. And that's not for me to say.
Yeah.
But it's also not for me to say no. You shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I go with the flow. Whatever a person has in their own head, I'm going to support that.
Yeah.
At that time, because I don't know what you've been through, and I don't know what you potentially could go through, both physically and emotionally, because they're all part of the mix.
Sure.
There's no doubt about that.
Other than being disappointed, I was in a great place emotionally.
Understood.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part of it.
Yeah.
To be perfectly frank, if you're if you're fine with the decision you're making, I'm fine with the decision you're making, and that goes for everybody that participates in this. It's just it is because I've had people that go, "Why didn't you talk me into staying?" It's like that's not my job.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that on you. I'm of the mind that, you know, not to sound all weird, but it's like jumping off of a ledge. Once you make the decision, you got to be good with it. You know,
Yeah, no,
you
agree,
can't beat yourself up. I made the decision, and I was in a great headspace, and I was thinking clearly, and it didn't make any sense for me to continue moving forward. I probably could have continued trudging on and drug this whole thing out and turned it into a death march, and I could have maybe took 6 months to recover from it. You
Sure.
know?
Or maybe potentially never
Yeah.
recovered from it emotionally.
Yeah, I just think it was wise. It wasn't the easy thing to do, but it was wise for me to say, okay, I'm gonna take my L and move on.
Fair to say you have a better sense or perspective of what the rat's about. Was there a learning from that?
I mean, it's not, other than the route, it's not different than stuff I've done before. Like situational wise, other than, you know, obviously carrying a tent was different for me, but I had already done that, you know, in my short trip and felt like I was adjusted towards that. You know, hopping from town to town and convenience store and stuff I'm pretty familiar with that. The routes were gorgeous. I didn't realize how many kick-ass roads and strange sights there were going to be. I mean, I had an idea, but you never really know until you know. I'm interested in seeing more, just carrying on. I I quietly said to friends that I was hoping to get it done the first time. This was before I ever started, because I had no ambition of going back and doing it again. But I have to say, I guess I was wrong, because I do want to go do it again, you know?
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Well, maybe along those lines, I kind of have a couple ideas. I, as a promoter, learn new things about the rat each and every iteration, and things come up that make me re-examine. I mean, how it's organized. That's a very loose term. It's not very organized, but what we encourage or recommend, or things along those lines. There's two things that at the moment are front of mind for me, and I would welcome your thoughts and opinions on both of them. And I'm pretty sure the second one, I think we're likely to spend a good bit of today's chat about indirectly anyway. But the first one, you know, when you finish day one, and you talked about that was a long day, 140 miles, 140.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you were complaining about it.
No, not at all.
But you reinforced to me, because that, when we've done the stage groups in the past, it was a shorter distance, because the way we had the stage set up in the past was Friday was a no time day for stage party people, where they got into Texarkana on their own, started at the state line at the post office, and they rode to New Boston on their own time on Friday.
Which is what Matt did this year.
Which is what Matt did on his own this year. And then the stage riders would start from New Boston about the time the ITT riders rolled through from Texarkana. So the ITT riders would leave Texarkana 6 o'clock, and by 8 o'clock or 8:30 or something like that, they're coming through New Boston, and the stage riders would then go out with them, and then everybody ends up at Paris. Obviously, the ITT are the stronger, air quotes, riders.
Sure.
So, a 150-mile day for them, that's kind of the norm. The stage riders, we don't expect them typically to do 150-mile days.
Yeah.
But we did change it up because they added more net, and our overall mileage went down. So now we have straight net from Clarksville all the way into Paris, which took the mileage down.
But doesn't make it any easier.
It doesn't make it any easier
Yeah.
because, like we've talked about, when you ride the net, even though it's, again, air quotes, flat, it's like being on a fixed gear bike. You're always pedaling. You have no choice. And it's resistance pedaling.
Yeah, and there was some fresh gravel in there too.
Okay.
And it was obstacles to avoid and stuff like that, which honestly, the obstacles to avoid kept you awake, kept you engaged.
So, and then we had the, which this isn't the first time we've had overnight issues in Paris where it's tough for people to get rest because of activities going on around us.
Yeah.
Had a lot of that this year. It's always, we almost always end up with that in different ways. So Rich and I had talked about it, while all the activities were going on in Paris Saturday night, where it's like, are people going to get rest or not? It's like maybe we shift the Paris overnight to a different location. Long story longer. So basically what I did the math. It's like, what if we turn the stages into 911 mile or 110 mile days as the segmentation, as opposed to 830 or 40 mile days or 25 or 30 mile days.
Yeah.
That gives a shorter first day. And when I broke it down, it's like the stop in Clarksville day one. It's like, and that might be a better overnight with more peace and quiet than Paris.
Less resources though.
Clarksville has pretty decent resources.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple of motels there.
Okay.
There's
we did not stop in Clarksville. So.
I understand. I was actually surprised. Clarksville's actually a pretty good stop.
Okay.
And there's a cool camping area at a nice park, peaceful. There's also a very cool Airbnb that I stayed at for our Hell of the North Texas out of Clarksville. So that's a possibility. But then it just restructured things where it would be Clarksville, Bonham, Gainesville. And then I think Henrietta, Arrowhead State Park probably. But then it becomes just the rest of the stage stops that we've had before, because the back half is a little bit shorter mileage-wise, but it's tougher mileage. Anyway, that's one thing I've thought about, maybe mixing things up.
Well, I like at the time when we passed Matt and he said, yeah, I rode into New Boston last night. He goes, I'd much rather have a 100-mile first day than a 140-mile first day.
Exactly.
And I thought, well, that's good on you. Like, so would all of us. I kind of felt like, and these are harsh words, but in the moment it was like, well, you're like cheating. You started a day early, But the more I think about it, I was like, I had initially thought get into town Friday and go for a short spin or something. But like Caleb said, you're going to get plenty of riding in. So it makes sense to start like Friday if you're casual, if you're going to be
right.
Going to be casually doing it, which was my intention. It in retrospect, I would have much preferred to start on Friday and ride into New Boston and just camp, get your little 40 mile, I think it's 41 miles or something.
42.
Yeah. Get your little 40-mile spin in to New Boston, open the legs up, whatever, get your camp in. Then you've got a 100-mile day the next day.
Right.
You're kind of doing a soft ramp up almost. It makes sense from a casual perspective.
And that is the way we used to do the stage, and it worked well that way, but we also got the feedback from...
There's Caleb. Sorry.
Well, you just killed our surprise there.
Call from Caleb. To accept, press 1. To send a voice...
Hey there.
Hey. Yep.
Welcome, DJ Caleb.
Our on-course correspondent.
I don't have my sound effects going, so I have to do it myself. I have to do it analog.
So,
Uh,
so reporting live
On course.
on course, past the halfway point of the 2025 Rat 1000 is DJ Caleb. How you doing, my friend?
or I'm doing good. It's the weather's been interesting. It's been very consistent. You go out here and you hope and pray you don't have a 50-mile-an-hour headwind, but then sometimes, like yesterday, when you've got a 12-mile-an-hour tailwind the whole way, you get that extra boost in velocity, but you just cook.
Cool.
Yesterday was the hottest 86-degree day that I can ever remember. It was just because I looked at my average moving time yesterday, and it was like 13 and a half. That's right about what the wind speed was. And in some cases, it's a little less, a little more. And so that I was just riding the whole day with hardly any wind blowing in my face. And so it was brutal. It was really, really, really hot. But it was an amazing ride, and I got about 165 miles from Lindsay to made it into Electra. It was only about maybe 3.5 miles on a glass paved road off route to get into Electra, and I got a good night's rest, and got in a little too late to get a good meal. So my dinner last night was a king size Rice Krispie treat bar and nacho Dorito crackers with nacho Dorito paste in between it. It wasn't the best dinner I had, but it got me through the night.
Allsup's didn't have any tamales or anything for you?
Man, by the time I made it in, I just wanted to get in and lay down. I didn't know where I was in relation to the Allsups, and I just wanted to just get cleaned and lay down. So,
Understood.
And plus I've been eating really well, meaning staying fed. Every stop I make, I try to take in 700-800 calories every time.
It may not be quality calories, but you are consistent with your calories. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Yesterday was wild. I obviously rode a lot at night, and right around dusk, when I was coming out of Holiday, and you know how there's some roads that are set below the pastures on either side, so the road's kind of like maybe 5 or 6 feet below regular ground level as they grade it through and stuff. So I was coming down, maybe I was probably rolling 17, 18 miles an hour. I mean, not screaming, but fast for low light. And I came around a corner, and this corner I turned, it wasn't a complete, like a perfect right-hand turn. It's kind of a little bit of an edged over. And there were maybe 6, maybe 8 wild hogs in the middle of the road.
I was gonna. You're gonna tell a wild hog story, aren't you?
I am, and so it wasn't one of those things where, oh shit, I need to dodge these hogs. It's, oh shit, I'm going down. I hope it's not gonna be bad, because there was no time to dodge. It was just plow through, and most of them scattered, but one ran directly towards my bike, and he got so close that he pivoted to try to turn the opposite direction. And when he did, he fell down like literally within inches of me. He fell down so fast and so close. I felt the rocks that he kicked up hit me in the leg, and it's, you could hear it hitting my bike and stuff. And from then on, the entire way for hours, I was dodging animals. It was incredible, like skunks and tons of deer, and saw 2 coyotes crossing the road. It was pretty much a zoo for most of the evening. I mean, I enjoyed it, but you come around a corner, you're riding along, and a jackrabbit the size of a small dog comes out in front of you. That'll throw you off the bike. So luckily I didn't hit anything, but it was fun. It was entertaining. I had animals to talk to. Cows in the middle of the road. There was a couple of those roads, where you go across that's like a managed, leased road off of like a state highway road, and you've got cattle guards on either side for 10 or 15 mile stretch, and you're riding through cows.
Yeah,
through the
that
evening. So,
stretch through there, I call it the diving board road stretch. I think actually coming back down to it, you're going to hit the other. We used to go straight through there,
yeah,
and go by that cowboy church and stuff like that. But that area is absolutely amazing, and that stretch is where I consider you're really getting into West Texas for the first time, right after between
yeah,
Holiday and well, Electra, where you were, and Harold, which is it's almost right at the midpoint. I think Harold is 500 miles
Yeah.
in at that
yeah,
point, and
it is.
you're past Harold now, right? So you're heading back towards that diving board
Yeah,
road section.
yeah. I just turned off the diving board road, which actually I'm on diving board. Yeah, this is the one that's like 9 miles long.
Yep, yep. That's a really cool, or at least it used to be. I'm assuming they haven't put
Yeah, no, it's
There's no tract homes out there yet, right?
not that I can see.
So
And the roads are changing color too, starting to see some red. So
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah.
So forgive my ignorance. Why do you guys call it Diving Board Road?
That's the name of the road.
That's the name of the road.
It says Hereford Pins Road.
Diving board.
That's the road. That's probably the least. That's the least land that Kevin was talking about that has cattle guards on either
Yeah,
side of it.
that's the
I
main
mean,
road that
you-
goes through it, and diving board's one of the side roads off of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, it was I kind of missed the first maybe 100 yards of it. I realized now it was a stupid mistake to ride through the scrub, but I rode through the little piece of scrub between the paved road and diving board road because they almost parallel each other for about, I don't know, 1,000 feet, and then diving
Yeah.
board road starts to
Oh,
come
yeah.
through
I saw that.
and turn to the west. Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. So
Yeah.
how you feeling?
I feel good. I was not purposely. I was a little slow getting going this morning, but I knew I was going to do that because I refused to set my alarm for 4:30.
Yeah.
So set my alarm for 6:30 and then snooze to 7, and then I was rolling by 7:45 or something like that. I wanted a little bit of extra sleep because yesterday was a big push. And today's plan is to get to Childress, which is only 120 miles, and I'm already 20 miles in almost. So I'm not like in a massive hurry to get there, but yeah, that's the plan for today, and then get into Childress, and then maybe get a real early morning tomorrow and to get going.
And that puts you back on stage
I got-
schedule, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of, a little bit. Yes, and if I feel good, if I feel froggy, let me look at my card here.
No, I understand.
What's-
I'm
What's
getting a
past
sense.
that?
So, and not throwing Brad under the bus, because I know we'll probably talk about it once you let us go and focus on your ride again. But you lost some time from the planned stage time hanging out with Brad while y'all were riding. So
100%.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
You're basically going to be back on schedule tonight if you make Childress, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
I don't think his math
Yeah,
is
and
right,
I think
though.
what I'm doing, like early, looking at my card here, I think what I'm gonna do is get to Childress, sleep, and then do a big push to Canyon, and then
You're going to do You're going to do
Uh,
Childress to Canyon. That's your plan.
I think
Yeah,
Childress
what's
is
wrong with that?
farther than you think it is, buddy.
You there?
no, I'm gonna make it to Childress in 100. Yeah, I'm looking at my note. I'm gonna make it to Childress in 100 miles.
It's more than 100 from Vernon to Childress, isn't it?
So from Vernon to Childress is 104 miles.
And you're not to Vernon yet.
Yeah,
So so you're probably 15 miles from Vernon, if not more.
yeah, maybe somewhere around there.
Yeah, because from
Yeah.
where you are, the 287 east of Harold is mile 497, and Childress is mile 636. So
Yeah.
that's roughly 140 miles.
Oh, is it?
I'm
Okay,
not.
well,
Yeah,
well,
I'm not trying to break your head. I just don't want you to get it in your head that you're 100 miles away when you're 130 miles away.
Yeah.
Well, remember, I was where I slept last night. I was only 6 miles from Harold.
Yeah.
I understand, but you
So
you,
I,
you
so I
came
did.
you came back to the route where you got off, right, and then went back up to Harold.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Oh
so
well,
but
we'll figure it out.
you're already west of Harold or south of Harold now, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I am. Yeah, yeah. I'm probably almost halfway to Vernon.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to. I think you got 130 miles in your day, not 100 at this point. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, 130 on top of. Okay, so 100 plus. Yeah, I got you. I
130.
was trying to count.
130 from where you're at now, not 100 from where
Yeah.
you're at now.
So that'd be 150 for the day. Okay, well, it's gonna be a bigger day than I thought. Oh well.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be fine.
I know you
Um,
will. And there's Quanah before there if you have to, and there's stuff in Quanah, so not a big deal.
Yeah, and Quanah's a full
Yeah, I think that's where
40 miles short.
I think that's where the other guys stayed.
Yeah,
That's
they
what-
stayed
yeah.
in Quanah
Yeah.
last
Oh,
night.
that's true.
That's where they stayed last night, and that we're definitely going to be talking about that. That's going to be an interesting slugfest as those guys get into the last couple days here.
Yeah.
How's that? Walk me, explain me through that because
Their
I'm
pace.
probably not the best
Well,
thinking man right now.
We've seen it in the past. The front runners, for lack of a better term, will kind of pace themselves until about the last 2 days, and then somebody's going to pull either a really really long night or sneak out really
Oh.
really early one morning and try to punk the
Yeah.
other at some point.
Yeah. Well, so Sedge was right on Doug's heels. It looks like Doug got in like an hour and a half or something earlier than Sedge last night.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what's weird is it looks like Sedge is off course.
Oh no, it sure does, doesn't it?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm waiting for an update. Should have another update here in about
I wonder if
2 minutes. So I don't know.
he may not be off course. That
It could be a glitch, but I've
That-
been checking this stuff constantly, and
what?
I saw Justin Carey go off course last night. He took a wrong turn,
Okay.
and I watched him recorrect.
And let me see if I have any. I'm not seeing any messages from Doug. It's possible that the full 1,000-mile plot that's showing there,
Mm-hmm.
we may have changed that up on the
Oh, I see what
the
you're saying.
navigation routes.
I see what you're saying.
I think it may
Might
have.
have boxed this out.
Yeah, I think
I
we
got
may
you.
have,
I got you.
because I think there was some construction at one point where they took out one of our roads. So the day-to-day plotting may show that properly, but I'll definitely dig into that. Don't get that one in your head, Caleb.
Trust me, he's not. It's already he doesn't even know what we're talking about at this point. But buddy, I have to tell you, it's been a pleasure watching your dot. I know it's not the same as me being there, but I have a lot invested in your little bitty dot moving.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Well, get moving
Um,
and take advantage of this
I am.
beautiful part of the day. And
I am.
you got to think about it. I know our math kind of might have messed up your plan, but you don't have to get back on course today. You can chip away. You can go to Quanah and then
I think that's what. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think I would not. Like I said, yesterday's plan was to get to Vernon. Didn't
Mhm.
quite make it. Wasn't upset, but at least 156 miles is still
that's a
Yeah.
strong day.
156 miles. Like I'm not ashamed of that at all. And I didn't quite get to where I wanted to go, but I got to Electra,
Hell yeah.
which is almost there. And then if I don't make it to Childers and I stop in Quanah, okay, cool. That's fine. I'm not.
Yeah, this is what I was going to tell you.
I'm trying.
Is you could turn today into 100 and stop in Quanah, 100-ish. And then you
Yeah.
could turn around tomorrow and go from Quanah to Silverton. And that would be like 140 tomorrow. And
Yeah.
you would be back on track. And then you would have 124 to Vega. So,
Yeah, I
Just a
like that
thought.
idea. To be honest, I think what would be helpful is I want to sit down on a bed and eat a pizza. Hey, is baseball still going on? What day is it?
Today's Wednesday.
Oh, happy birthday, Brad.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
I love you, man. Happy birthday. I wish you were here, but you're not. At least Kevin gets you for your birthday.
Yeah.
You getting anything? What'd you get for your birthday?
Just a little
Other than
over,
paddle
just a little over the pants rub, you know.
Not from me.
Whoa.
Not from me.
Not from Kevin. Oh man. Well, I'm just I'm thankful for y'all's friendship that we can do this and
Yeah.
put this thing together. Kevin, thank you for putting together such a fun route. I mean, I ride through here. I did not get this far in 2020, but even getting out past, it's just like it's a lot of work to put something like this together and stitch everything together and keep it on and around your goal of making it 1,000 miles. It's impressive that you able to figure all this together. I can barely tie my shoes, and here you are out here exploring these back roads. So thank you for putting this together.
Well, thank you for following my mad scientist project along the way. It's great. It's tremendously appreciated, and I love seeing what you guys are able to do out there. It's simply astounding, simply amazing. Go out there, enjoy
All right, well,
enjoy your ride, do your ride.
I am.
And
Yep.
here's a heads up: there is a sweet taco casa in Vernon. Okay. And a chilada and a
Okay.
sweet tea goes
Okay.
a long way. It really does.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I may do that. All right, gents, I'm gonna get rolling. Y'all have a good podcast, and hopefully you'll get it published. I can listen to it this evening, late tonight when I'm
I'll make a goal of that. And hey, blow Justin a kiss for us when he goes by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to tell you to tell Justin I
I
said
will.
hi when he goes by. Ask him if
All
he's
right, I'm
got
gonna throw a
into.
damn stick in his spoke.
Ask him if he's got any of that. Hey man, you got any of that powder?
What's on your nose? All right, guys, I'm rolling.
All right, love you, kid.
Later.
Later.
All right, love you guys too. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Good stuff.
Justin can't be 10 miles behind him.
Okay.
So it's crazy how much progress he has made.
Well, so let's go. Let's make that segue now.
Yeah.
Let's make that segue now. So we do have a rider out there at the moment, Justin Carey.
So he started. So I saw someone post on the Rat 1000 discussion page that he had done I forgot what they said, but they clarified that he started at 2:00 on Monday. We had it in our head.
We
He
had
started at
2:45.
Yeah.
Well, but the source of that information is not the most reliable source, because I know who you're referring to.
We won't name names.
Are we sure it's 2:00, or is that just the information from that particular
That's
person?
just what I was going with from there.
No, I understand. And it could, I'm not implying it's not accurate.
Sure.
I just know that source has put out erroneous information on stuff in the past.
Yeah.
Um,
But let's say if he started at
I mean, we can do the math at 2, and if he
Yeah.
started later, it's just faster.
Yeah. Let's say he started at 2 on Monday. We are 4 hours short of 48 hours. So he's 44 hours in, and he is about to pass the 500-mile mark.
If he's 10 minutes behind Caleb, he's already passed the 500-mile mark, isn't he?
Well, I was calling. So, Harold, you have, I don't know why, and then I know this isn't up to date, but towns don't move. You have 287 east of Harold.
Yep.
So I'm
it's
guessing
it's
this right here.
So that's Justin on. That's
This is
Justin on the
Justin right
right
here.
hand side.
Yeah.
Okay. When he gets to 287, that's basically the 500-mile
Yeah.
mark.
And it's safe to assume that he's already there.
And
So-
and there's a 7-Eleven there as well. So
Yeah.
it's a good midpoint.
Yeah. So
So he's 500 miles in at
let's call it 44 hours, like I said.
let's call it 10 o'clock on
Right about 44.
Wednesday.
11.36 overall
Overall
moving average.
average.
That's tremendous.
But
There's a point of-
technically still only halfway.
yeah. Yeah.
Technically still only halfway.
But Herculean effort at
I mean,
this point.
okay, let's extrapolate that. So
Well, it's not sustainable.
I'm
Or I'm going to foolishly assume
No.
that it's not sustainable.
But let's say it is sustainable. We can
Mhm.
say that's his so if he's halfway now at 44 hours,
Mhm.
that means at this pace, he's all the way at 88 hours, correct?
Mhm.
Which I don't agree.
Which is less than 4 days.
Agreed, which is likely not sustainable.
Yeah.
The question is, how unsustainable is it?
I'm guessing between 96 and 100 hours is when he's going to finish.
I'm guessing between 100 and 110
Okay.
is what I'm guessing. Assuming it doesn't all fall apart, which can happen for so many different reasons.
Look, regardless, it's going to be incredibly interesting to watch.
Very, very much so.
I'm thinking now, can he catch Sedge and Doug?
So now you're rolling into the second part that that I was thinking about for adjusting the approach to the rat going forward, or how we structure things.
Mm-hmm.
Back when we did do 2 or 3 years of stage races, and we did 2 years where we really focused on it, and it just never got the traction to get not a big enough field for me as a promoter. If I have 2 people out there, that's big enough for me. That's a race. It was more along big enough field for the racers themselves, where obviously with an ITT attempt at 1,000 miles, everybody's going to be spread out after 2 days.
Sure.
The idea of the stage competition was that, hey, people are spending more time. You've got people that you're riding with, or you have your carrot that you're going to chase for today.
Or you're yo-yoing.
And yo-yoing. But it's more interaction with each other through the day. And so that was definitely
more camaraderie.
Definitely one of the benefits. But when you have a small field, the talent pool and capabilities are so diverse, it still gets tremendously spread out.
Yeah.
And, we had Matt Stevens doing it the 1 year, and Matt's head and shoulders capability-wise above almost everyone else. He had a couple people that were chasing him here and there.
A little bit of an alien.
Hey, not going there.
Yeah.
But one day, one of the things we did, we sent everybody out in reverse order of
how they finished.
How they had finished previously.
Love that.
With the gaps.
Mm-hmm.
And so Matt's basically hanging out in Henrietta for 2 hours after the first rider went out or whatever else. So he had people to chase down the whole time. And he said that was his best day. Was because anyway, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I think in a way Justin's doing that himself. I think he's using these dots as his own carrots right now. And I think that's a motivator for him. So here's the question, hypothetically speaking, even though the rat is the ride across Texas, it's not a formal race. We don't award winners per se, but it's understood group depart week. If people want to do like Sedge and Doug are doing, slug it out, you go do that.
Yeah.
You can anoint yourself champion for the year if that's what you want to do. If Justin does pass them, and even though he started days behind, but he didn't start, his clock starts theoretically at 6 o'clock Saturday morning like theirs does. That makes him rat champion based on that.
Mm-hmm.
But then that negates his FKT.
Wait, say that again. Start over.
Okay, so the ITT racers, group depart week, the idea is that they self-crown who's the champion for the year that year based on who all started at 6 o'clock Saturday morning and who finishes first, right? If Justin starts days after them but still beats them, you could still hypothetically say he started at 6 o'clock Saturday morning and he still beat them. sort of thing. So
Yeah.
he would lump into that category.
Yeah.
But then that wouldn't be FKT time. FKT time would be when he started on Monday.
Yeah.
And I know that's his goal. He's
Yeah,
he's trying to beat.
Yeah. I mean, technically, he could just say, I was in Texarkana on Saturday morning and I did 2 DNSs. And then on Monday, I decided to start.
Right.
you
Right.
know?
Basically, yes. Or is it appropriate for Doug or Sedge, even if Justin finishes before them?
Well, here's a new development, by the way.
Okay.
I don't understand this, so I'm going to point it and show it to you real quick.
Please do.
So now,
You're getting me worried.
well, Sedge's marker was up here, remember?
Yep.
Now he's back here, back in Childress.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on. I'm waiting for another update.
I'm guessing there's a problem.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it shows him at Walmart, but what's funny is he was there earlier. Shows his speed at 0. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll stay on it, but
Understood.
Doug's moving at 18 miles an hour. Like
And I'm
Caleb said, they've got a tailwind today.
Yeah. I'm assuming Sedge, click on his. I'm assuming he doesn't have his individual tracker. No, he doesn't.
No.
And that's another thing. Next year, I'm going to make that mandatory to the individual historical trackers.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can see their
Because I would like to look back on Justin and see when he has stopped for when and how long and things
Yeah.
like that.
yeah.
I mean, and so for those that aren't following Justin's attempt, I mean, he has not stopped for any extended period at this point.
Not that I've.
I haven't seen anything that might have been more than an hour or two.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been quite the spectacle to witness. Spectacle to witness. Super impressed. I mean, not that I'm not surprised.
No,
You know?
no, yeah, not surprised, but we love you, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take this, and I know he won't, but we also wouldn't be surprised if it all just falls apart and he overdid it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most interesting point at this part.
But even
part
when
at this point.
it all falls apart for Justin, he still finishes.
Oh,
He just drops off 50%.
yeah.
Sort of thing. So I have no idea what's going to come of this.
I'm so intrigued and interested.
I'm fascinated. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I know, again, it sounds like I'm talking out both sides of my mouth because I'm, as the creator of the route and the promoter of the event, and as just a general event, I'm not, from a safety perspective, big on these no rest attempts at stuff. So I don't discourage it, but I most assuredly don't encourage it.
Yeah.
I'm not laying this out where this is how we expect people to attempt the rat.
Yeah.
Go for 36 hours with no sleep and sleep in a ditch for 30 minutes and go at that's not my approach.
It's a recipe for disaster.
If that's what you want to do yourself, you can do that.
Sure.
I'm not gonna encourage it. Sure, thank you. By any stretch, but again, completely selfish. I've spent a lot of time putting these routes together, and when people are spending half their time on the bike in the dark, not seeing where I'm sending them, that kind of hurts my feelings a little. But please, nobody that does that take that personally. I'm saying again, that's selfishness on my part. I
Sure.
put this together for people to
see.
experience
Yeah.
things they would never ever experience.
Well, and Caleb and I have had this conversation multiple times, but sometimes riding at night, whether it's trail or road or anything, is seemingly easier because you're only processing from here to wherever your light can go. You're not looking miles down the
mental
road.
tasking is greatly diminished.
Yes, it's a lot more just cruise control, so to speak. So I think that there's some benefit to be said for that, not to mention the climate, just being cooler at night.
When it's a hot year, I completely understand it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. Uh, yeah, that's not up for debate
Yeah.
by any stretch. And this is tracking to be our hottest end-to-end rat ever if it keeps up.
Which is wild.
We've had numerous rats that start out 90, 95, even 100 degrees, but by the time they roll in, we had one year where it was started 100 degrees, end at 10, sort of
Yeah.
thing, you
Yeah.
know, and
You never know.
you never know. Weather is always a factor.
Yeah.
Um,
Dude, Doug is killing it, man.
when I saw him day one, and
Mhm.
I mean, he was well in front of everybody, and he was just completely chill. He stopped. We chatted for a while.
Yeah.
Shot some video, and absolutely chillaxed and just doing his thing. So, hopefully nothing's gone sideways for Sedge.
I hope so too. I'm waiting for the next update. This last one, his seems to be set at every 10 minutes. So his last one was 7 minutes ago. So we have 3 more minutes for an update
Okay.
on his tracker.
And he was back at Walmart in Childress, is what you were
That's
seeing.
what it looks like. And his last one, which was newer than the first one I showed you, or the one I showed you before, his tracker had slightly moved, and it showed his speed was 1.3 miles an hour. But
But that was when it was up north in the middle of nowhere, or that's when it was at there.
just outside of the Walmart Supercenter.
So both of the last two plots have been at Walmart. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
one of them was like down here or something. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I know that he had said, let me look real quick at something, because I started following him on Strava, and he has been very descriptive with his rides. Sorry, I'm just stumbling through this. So
Nothing
this
to
was
apologize
yesterday,
for.
day 4. He said first 100 miles were incredible. 100 to 120 were rough given the heat. 120 to 140 were awesome with nice temps. As the sun set, 140 to 156 was rough again, mostly due to knee pain. Confident I'll be able to continue on tomorrow. So he cracked off 156 miles yesterday, and then 156 the day before. And then the day before, on day 2, he did 162 miles. This is what I was thinking of. He said he threw up around mile 95 and kept pushing.
Oh,
Yeah, that was on day 2, though.
okay.
So, like I said, I'm interested to see what his next update says,
I'm showing.
if he's moving or not.
Yeah. I'm showing his plot not at the Walmart. I mean, it's close to it, but not.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Let me see what the satellite looks like. If it lets me do that. It's not letting me do that. Damn it. Oh, well.
This is great radio.
Great radio. So, yeah, I'm going to stop staring at my screen. Sorry, folks. And, yeah, that's a byproduct of dot watching right there.
Yeah.
Well, Sedge, hope everything's okay.
Same.
So you had mentioned in part of our travels coming back this direction from where did Oklahoma, Colbert, Oklahoma,
Colbert.
that you might be interested in heading out west and maybe recording an interview or two, or is that something that is still in your possible wheelhouse?
It is. I need to broach that subject with my lovely wife.
I understand. I semi-broached it with mine last night with this is a possibility. It could happen. Just it was that trial balloon. Are you going to divorce me if this happens?
Right.
Sort of thing.
How
My My lovely bride would probably be okay with a sub 24 something like we
Yeah.
talked about.
Uh-huh.
Probably most likely if it were Friday,
Okay.
and I think the timing would work out about right.
Well,
I know,
got a
it's
little hitch to throw in there.
okay.
My wife, I told her not to, but she scrambled to have a small get-together for me for my birthday on Friday.
No worries.
So it's going to be a gathering of friends on Friday.
Perfectly fine and perfectly acceptable. All right. So that's a no-go because I mean, realistically, it looks like they're going to be done on Friday anyway. We might be able to catch them on Saturday on their way back somewhere potentially.
Today's Wednesday. Yeah, my mind's just racing about
Sedge.
well, Sedge and also the Justin Carey element. I mean,
That would be a very interesting conversation, but we can talk with Justin anytime.
yes, it looks like if I was a gambling man, he's gonna catch Doug. And here's what I'm predicting. I'm just gonna throw it all out here.
Go for it.
I think he's gonna catch Doug. I think he's gonna do everything he can to catch Doug. And as soon as he catches Doug, that's when he
implodes.
And Doug's just going to keep going his own
Doug's
pace.
going to keep Dugging.
Yeah.
I think that I'm under a similar impression. I think Doug's going to keep Dugging.
Yeah.
Unless something just completely crazy. I mean, and that would make Doug done by Friday, right?
It seems like it, yeah.
And I was kind of planning on Sedge I was hoping for him anyway, for them to be pretty well paced until that last day or so with each other. Man, I'm really wanting to hear what's going on with Sedge at this point.
I know. I'm seeing if there's a fresh update yet.
I bet we could maybe arrange, if it does work out that way, we could maybe arrange to chat with Doug. And
Well, his tracker's not updating now. So I don't know.
Understood. I don't have any messages or anything like that. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
we'll
we won't be mother hen.
And I will
hen
say that,
immediately.
my prior experiences with Sedge, he's a younger guy. What, 31?
32.
32.
I think.
He's a
sweetheart too.
very nice guy, fantastically nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's relatively new to endurance cycling the last few years. And my first interaction with Sedge that I'm recalling, and possibly he did some of my other rides at shorter distances and it didn't stand out, but I'm pretty sure it was his first 100-mile gravel ride of any kind. And it was he bit off a lot more than he expected, and he struggled through. He did finish. I know he attempted the rat. Was it last year or the year before? Ran into some issues.
I think it might have been the year before. I can't remember.
Right. And he's done some other things. He's obviously a work in progress. There's no doubt about that. So, and he most assuredly learns from every ride and every event and takes it next level from there on.
Smart guy too.
He seems very bright. And again, like I said, just a super sweetheart of a guy. So I can't do anything but wish him the best and hope for the best for him along those lines. Doug as well seems like a really, really nice guy. Fantastic. I mean, and those are our leaders. And then there's Caleb. I hear he's a nice guy.
He's okay.
Yeah, sometimes he's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
You know, when he gets stuck at work and stuff like that.
So ridiculous.
Matt Golson, he's out there just chugging along.
He's just
super steady,
doing the Matt thing.
Yeah, man, he was featured in our Rat 1000 documentary, 1,000 Miles in a Dusty Saddle.
Yeah.
If you have not seen that yet, please do. That's not anything we put together. Owen and Nick put that together on their own. It's an amazing movie. It's available on YouTube. I'll include that in the show notes as well today. last I saw, Jay Green was still going.
Yeah,
Is he still plugging along
I
there?
think so.
So at the moment, we've got a pretty strong crew still pushing through for the 2025 edition of the Rat 1000.
Yeah, Jay Green is west of Lindsay. Right
Okay,
now.
chugging along.
He's between Lindsay and Myra.
Myra.
Yep. And Matt Golson is just west of Ringgold,
Oh,
almost into Henrietta.
I thought he had already made Henrietta. Okay, so he
slept in Nakona.
Oh, he did
last night.
Nakona. He did
Yeah.
Nakona. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Chugging along nicely there.
And
I can't help myself. I have to do the update. Anything from Sedge.
I'm not seeing it.
I know. I can't help myself. All right. So,
What else is going on in bike news?
what is going on in bike news? Well, evidently the whole bicycle industry is falling apart, and it's the end of the world is everything I keep hearing. And the more I think about it, to be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
I think they might be right. I mean, I think we are at, in our lifetimes, the critical juncture of the bicycle industry right now.
Is it? I mean, the bicycle industry, it can't just fold completely, though. I mean, there's not going to be a vacuum, a void of bikes and bike products. You know, there's
going to be a vacuum and void of bike and bike product customers.
That's very possible.
I mean, the reality is, kids at the moment are not a big source of new bicycle customers. Adults that are coming back to bicycles are coming back to e-bikes.
Yeah.
No, we talked about it a little bit the other night. People that are getting into cycling now, they don't have any ambition to ride 1,000 miles across Texas. They don't have any ambition.
Bunch of sissies.
No, it's not. That's not what it is at all.
Bunch of soft
They're not
kids.
They're getting their e-bikes. They're getting their time in the outdoors like they want. They're having fun.
But are they getting their time in the outdoors?
They're getting.
Is the younger generation actually going outside?
No, I'm saying the ones that do get the e-bikes,
Oh.
the ones that do that,
Yeah.
they are getting their time outdoors. So they're satisfied.
Yeah.
What they're not getting is that dopamine rush, that physical rush of actually pushing your body, that those of us that
But they're working just as hard as we are.
don't start. Don't start.
I'm just quoting what I've heard said.
They think they believe that.
Mhm.
They do believe that. And it's not their fault that they're maybe wrong in that belief.
Uh-huh.
I mean, quite frankly, that's part of the marketing. That's the brainwash. They're being brainwashed that you're doing just as much work as those other people. You're just doing it faster and better. You're a better rider than them. You can go 20 miles an hour through that section when they can only go 16.
At this point, I'm just jealous because I want an e-bike, I mean, I kind of want an e-bike, and then also I kind of don't,
And again, I'm not knocking e-bikes. I don't want it to come across that way. What I'm saying is what get like the Sedges of the world, what gets you into that next level where it's like, oh, I want to go 100 miles. I want to go 500 miles. I want to go 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
It's being on the bicycle for 8 or 10 hours at a time is part of it, but we all know there is that chemical dopamine
Sure.
rush that's a big part of it.
Sure.
And the one thing that's a commonality of all the endurance cyclists that I've ever known is,
Sweethearts.
well, maybe.
Except for Rich.
There's Rich.
Fuck that guy.
They're all addictive personalities. They are all addictive personalities.
That's a fair point.
So I would say the vast majority of endurance cyclists that I've known over the years have not necessarily had dependency issues. I'm not going that far with it, but it's not uncommon.
Yeah.
Most have been smokers at one point. Most are reformed smokers. Many have had eating disorders. many,
Yeah.
not all, but it's again addictive personalities. And what do addictive personalities do? They replace one bad addiction with another addiction, hopefully a better addiction. But
To be fair, I've been a cyclist since I was like 2. So
and we had this discussion the other night. There's two distinct groups that get into endurance cycling. It's those that have been riding their bikes forever,
yeah,
which is, I think that's a larger chunk of the competitive folks, generally speaking. And then the other end is those that come back to cycling as an adult,
or they migrate from some other sport.
or they migrate from some
Some
other.
people go from running to cycling, or swimming to cycling, or
And
you know.
I guarantee you the half marathon and marathon runners and the triathletes, those are a lot of the same addictive personalities that we're talking to.
100%.
So
Maybe even more so.
I'm not going down that path, but
Well, I'm just saying that's a heavier hit of dopamine.
yeah, it is.
You know.
So, and I to the and that touches on the only way to grow the cycling base is to rob it from other sports. I guess is all.
Yeah.
It's take runners, take triathletes, take cross country skiers, take rowers or whatever, and show them something different. That's the only way they're going to be able to grow the sport at this point in the current situation. Could things fundamentally change? Sure, they could.
Yeah.
But the fundamentals are not there for the cycling industry to grow right now.
I still contend you got to. It's a, and we discussed this the other night. It's a long process, but we need to get kids involved in outdoor activities at a young age. And I'm not just talking about cycling, period. I'm talking about
I understand that.
hiking, climbing trees, playing with leaves, picking up frogs, sloshing through creeks,
But that's,
all those things.
I mean, that's a full culture shift that
Yeah.
we're not going to have any control of.
No, I know, but I'm saying the only way that cycling is going to make a resurgence, the efforts needed to have started years ago.
And that's my point. It's
Yeah.
not, it didn't, and
Yeah.
it's not going to.
Yeah.
And there's no way for the bicycle industry as we know it to recover at this point. Is it going to still exist? Yes, it's going to still exist, but it's going to be it's going to be a shift. And I mean, that's what we're in the midst of. It's a culling process now that who knows what it's going to look like 5 years from now, who's going to still be around, who isn't, what's going to be driving the market 5 years from now,
Video killed the radio star.
I don't think it's that simple, but obviously it is a huge part of the equation. I mean, probably the most fundamental difference, and I see people allude to it all the time, is those of us that rode our bikes when we were kids as boomers or Gen X or maybe some Gen Zs. Yeah, some Gen Zs are riders, but it gets lower and lower.
Yeah.
Our parents were allowed to let us out of the house for hours at a time on our own.
Yeah. I mean, I was a latchkey kid, so I came home and got in the house and got my bike and got lost in the neighborhood.
Right.
And
our society is shifted to the point that everybody is, I mean, the realities are, for the past 30 years, crime has been lower than ever. The population's higher, but the rates are lower. But everybody's absolutely paranoid that if you go outside the sight of your parents, that somebody's going to swing by in a big old white van and scoop you up,
It's crazy because if you think about 40 years ago, it was like the Wild West of parenting. Like, people were disciplining their children. And I mean, to the point of spanking them in public in the line at Walmart and stuff like that.
Right.
And then kids were just free range drinking out of hoses and shit.
Right.
And now it's like, I remember this has got to be eight or so years ago. These parents got in trouble because somebody reported them for letting their kid ride their bike
Ride their bike
school.
to school.
Like, what are we doing? You know, you can't even parent anymore without someone being in your business. That's the real unfortunate part. But I don't know.
Well, and yeah, and the worst part of that story, again, we go by the headlines we see and the blurbs we see.
Right.
We never really get all of the full details on any of it anymore. But the police that were called were supportive of that call. It wasn't like, oh, this is just, no, the police were like, oh, no, that's not proper safety for the children. It's like, what?
That's crazy.
How do you figure that?
Yeah, that is crazy. So Sedge has moved ever so slightly. He's still in the Walmart parking lot, and his last speed was 0.3 miles an hour. So
My guess is, did you when he was off course, did you happen to reference his speed then? Do you recall it?
no, I don't.
My guess is he got picked up by somebody. Something happened and he got picked up by somebody and dropped off back at that area. That's my guess.
It's wild because he was right behind Doug. And we could have missed it. Doug and him may have had an interaction, and Doug might have stopped and talked to him for a little bit, and Sedge might have said, hey, I'm done, go on, whatever, I'm having somebody come pick me up. And that may have been why when I clicked on it, they were so close together.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Understood. Well, I'm sure we will hear eventually.
Yeah.
Again, my biggest hope is that everything's okay.
Same. I think that's all I got.
You need to go do your birthday stuff, man.
Well, Paula's going to a meeting right now, so I'm about to just be hanging out at the house by myself, so it's all good. I'm going to be doing a lot of dot watching.
Understood.
I do. So you delivered me home. So first of all, I have to take this opportunity to thank you for everything. Those of you who haven't surmised all this yet, I scratched in Colbert. Kevin had texted me and said, "Hey, where are you guys gonna sleep tonight? Call me when you stop next." Well, that message came across my Garmin right when we were rolling into Colbert, and I had already had that conversation with Caleb about, hey man, you're going to have to keep going. This is not making any sense. So I called Kevin. Kevin goes, hey, I'm right down the road in Gainesville. I'll come swoop you up. And I was like, that would be awesome. And so he came and picked me up and was amazing. Took me to Taco Casa, like right on time. Like if we would have left there and gone 5 minutes to Taco Casa, I wouldn't have been able to do it. But it was like a 30-minute drive, 25-minute drive, and by the time we got there, I was like insatiable hungry, and proceeded to just destroy some Taco Casa. And then we went and camped at Aldebar and drank cold beers and talked about everything and anything. And then he brought me home on, I guess that was yesterday morning. And I did very little yesterday. Laid around, ate, hung out. I did actually cook a little bit. And today I actually feel 100% recovered. I mean, my resting heart rate's back down into the low 40s. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll go ride my bike today.
Okay.
You know.
Not
And
a
then
bad
again, maybe not.
Maybe not.
It's my birthday.
It's your birthday.
Probably.
It's your birthday.
Probably go ride my bike.
You're supposed to do 50 miles today, Brad.
That's probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen.
Well, is it that time?
It is that time, and this weather needs to just stay like this. All right.
Let's tell them what to do.
Go ride your bike.
This bill legalizes sawed-off short guns.
Hurry.